thematic agenda. And this time it's going to be the women. We usually say the half of the population. And to share with us their initiatives on women empowerment, women farmers empowerment, let us all welcome our member from India, the Self-Employed Women's Association. Please welcome Miss Mega Desai. Mega Ben, are you here? Amir Bai is
Yes.
going to share your screen, okay, to share your presentation. Okay, so take it away, Mega Ben.
Thank you, Barney Ben, and namaste everyone. I will have to switch off my camera due to the poor connection. So I hope that's okay. So distinguished guests, fellow panelists, and dear participants, namaste and good afternoon to everyone. I'm Megha Desai, a senior coordinator at Self-Employed Women's Association in India. It's been almost 13 years in SEWA that I have closely understood the situation of small and marginal farmers, mainly women farmers, who have a small piece of land, but not on their own name, depend on rain, who have no or limited access to finance, technology, market, and in absence of security covers, climate risk is always a threat. So next slide. These are some of the photos which you all saw of our farmer members. So currently we had seen that the time is very unusual and most sufferers are women. The COVID and lockdowns has resulted in a destructive work and income for small and marginal farmers. If we talk about numbers, a study by SEWA shows that 71% of the informal sector workers have lost their livelihoods completely. And if we see the global scenario, it took almost 3 decades to lift 1.3 billion people out of poverty, but just few months to fall back many. So food security has remained a biggest challenge with more mouths to feed and no or less income during this current time. So at SEWA, we are working with the women of informal sector since last 4 decades to organize them because we feel that organizing is a core strength. Being a trade union, we were born in 1972, so almost 4 decades. Now we are working in 16 states of India and larger membership, the 2/3 of the members of SEWA are from rural area for whom agriculture and farming is their major occupation. Of course, they also do alternative livelihoods during the lean time because they have a rain-fed agriculture, but major is agriculture. So we at SEWA have twin goals. First is full employment. So by full employment, we mean that our members or women should have work security, income security, food security, and social security. And by self-reliance, we mean that women should have autonomous and self-reliant individually and collectively, both economically and in terms of social aspects. Next slide. So if we talk about the farmers, women farmers, what are their main challenges? So there is always a question that why does farmer remain hungry when they feed the entire world? So some of the major challenges being a women farmer are the visibility as a farmer. And as a trade union, we believe that the most important aspect for the farmer, for any informal sector women is their identity as a worker. So women farmers should be identified as a farmer, which is the challenge currently. The second one is about access to, since they are not considered as a farmer, they do lack access to several of the benefits which is given by the government, and that has made them reliant on the others. And that hinders them from the access to finance, access to technology, access to equipments, and access to markets, and so many things. And that has made them become a worker rather than the farmer. The third aspect is environment degradation. So the knowledge and capacity building is vital for women farmers and how we can make them participate in this capacity building program. Policy is a major challenge. We need to think about the policies which are gender inclusive, women friendly, and which helps women to participate out of the farmlands. The food system is larger one. The agriculture supply chain is larger one. So how the farmers can, the women can be out of only farmlands, and they also can participate in the market or the seed and all the entire supply chain. Social and structural barriers are the important to address. How we can, and I think the policy may help to address these challenges, and how we can increase the mobility of the women to participate in entire supply chain. Lack of risk of coverage is again a challenge. So these are some of the issues. And to address this issue, SEWA has been running agriculture campaign on major four pillars. First is organizing. When the farmers are organized, they have say, their voices are visible, they have a platform to share, and they are visible. And the second aspect is about capacity building. So how we can build the capacity of farmers in terms of the technical aspects, in terms of entrepreneurial aspects, and in terms of the entire supply chain. I think this is a vital aspect. And the third is about how we can make the farmers into collectives to reach to the market, to reach to the networks, to reach to avail the facilities of finance. And the fourth pillar is about the policy dialogue, that how through collective strength we can reach out to the policy makers. Next. Um, Next. So at Agriculture Campaign, we work in a holistic approach. These four pillars do not go one by one, but all together as per the needs and demands of the farmer, as per the situation of the farmers, and uh, combines the following elements in the agriculture campaign. As I said, the access is important, the financial service, risk mitigation is important, and market linkages is important. So based on the location, geographic location, based on the commodities, based on the needs, we provide these kind of services to our farmers and farmers collectives. Next. Next slide. So if we talk about the impact, uh, as I said, the organizing is a strength, and organizing is by trade and by the region. So based on those regions, we develop the training programs, and the training programs mainly covers the women, but also the family members who are into agriculture. So our family, the agriculture campaigns mainly talks about how under the leadership of women, agriculture is developed for the family farmers. So their husbands, their children can also participate in the training. And these are some of the photos which you are seeing in the training. So our approach for the capacity building is we develop first the leaders as a master trainers, and through that master trainers, they go back to their regions, and then they train the farmers on the field. So we have a farmers field schools as well, and through demonstration, through inviting or linkages with the government, we conduct several training programs. And mainly we have seen that these training programs improve the skills of the women, but together with that, agency is, and then the confidence is also improved among the women. Next. So apart from that, there are several aspects which are touched upon under the campaign. So we see agriculture has been taken in the small farmers supply chain model, starting from the seed. So we have always seen that the quality of seed is also a challenge for the small and marginal farmers. So how we collectively set up seed banks, that we have done. So at the regional level, the district level, we have started the seed bank in collective manner, which is owned and managed by the collective women farmers organizations, and which helps them to secure the quality seed, certified seeds. Together with that, we also have set up the fertilizer bank. So how through fertilizer bank we can promote, of course, the quality fertilizer, but together with that, the climate resilient practices, usage of bio or organic manures is also promoted. So other thing is about the soil health, and usually farmers were not doing the soil testing and all. So we develop the capacity of the team members, ones, so that they can train farmers and conduct the soil testing, and that's how the input to the soil is done and the soil quality is managed. Then setting up a plant clinic. So the local level plant clinic, which are run by the grassroots farmers by building their own capacity, which also helps farmers to get a quick solutions. The natural farming practices is implemented through the farm planning, that how under the farm planning, how they can manage the inputs, the patterns, and they can, of course, get the food security, nutrition security together with the income security. Next. And together with that, there are several tools and equipment libraries. So the tools and equipment, usually what we have seen are usually not women friendly. So we try to make that, ensure that how the tools and equipments are built, which are women friendly, and which is also environment friendly, and women can access on timely basis. So farmers can access on timely basis with the low rent. So these tools and equipment libraries are also run by the farmers groups at village level, and they manage these libraries. So as I said, we also focus on environment friendly techniques. So these farmers are rain fed, their agriculture is rain fed, and how they can get the water support through solar pumps or the environment friendly other equipments. That is also focus of our agriculture campaign. So you can see some of the photos where the farmers or farmers collectives have used these solar panels for irrigation, and how they are also sharing under the groups. Next. So other aspects are credit linkages. We all know that the women have um, limited access to finance, and if they are stuck with the risks and they do not have um, ability to access the cash, and credit at that time is very important. And through we have a Seva bank, which helps the farmers to save as well as to get the credits at the same time. And that's how the farmers get credit through Seva bank and through their collective association, which are registered at a district level. They get the as per the need, as per the products are made as per the need of the farmers. The payment or terms are also made as per the um, capacity of the farmers, and that's how the credit products are developed and the farmers are getting the credit support. We also link farmers with the rainfall insurance, and so that they can protect their farm from the climate risks. And apart from that, there are certain communication techniques which is used so that we get the right information at right time, so that they can save their crops or their farm. So voice messaging is also there. We have also made the WhatsApp groups. So these are the ones through which we also could connect during the COVID, during the lockdown. And that's how we continued our agriculture campaign, and we ensured that how the food security has been ensured for our members through our other initiatives like Rudy and Kamla. But of course, communication is first, and these were the channels through which we continued. So digital initiative is also one of the aspects, like during the lockdown, during the COVID, how the farmers can sell. It was stuck during the peak harvesting time, and the farmers had produced, but they can't sell, markets were closed. So how we can do the digital inclusion as well, so they can access the online markets and also get the payments online. So next slide. You can also see the
Yep.
numbers which we
Last
have
one
here.
minute, Nicodan.
Pardon? Uh,
Last
yeah,
one
so
minute, yeah. Okay.
sure. So we have reached 2.6 million women who are small and marginal farmers. We have reached to 67,000 plus youth women farmers. 16 farmers organization in India have been networked to the National Farmers Forum, where AFA is supporting us. And till now we have reached to more than 6,000 farmers groups. Next. So if we talk about the impact of our agriculture campaign, we can see the numbers here. More than 7,000 women master farmers have been developed for sustainable agriculture practices. Farmers have been trained on integrated farm practices and farm management and promotion of resilient food crops, which is almost more than 5 lakhs. Then we have 39,000 plus farmers trained on livestock. 7 community managed systems are being in practice. More than 29,000 of women farmers have promoted kitchen garden, which is also one of the main area which provided the food security even during the COVID, and also nutrition security. Um, More than 21,000 women farmers availed government entitlements for agriculture and livestock, and almost 1.86 lakhs women were linked. So we talked about the initial linkages with the farmers, but if we talk about the forward linkages, we have a Rudy multi-trading company, which is a company of the producers and farmers. And we initiated as a pilot in 2004, but it is now a registered company since 2007. Basically, Rudy is a distribution network that procures grains, pulses, spices, and other commodities from our small and marginal farmers. Now, almost 1 lakh farmers are connected with it. And through the local women, it distributes locally within their area. So this is a direct procurement from the farmers. We run on the hub and spoke model, and we have a processing centers and storage centers in rural areas, and marketed through the women from rural areas, and they are called the Rudy bands. And in urban, we also link for the B2B markets, and we are operational in 4 states now in India. And basically, the Rudy model addresses the financial needs of the producer groups, and it also fetches fair returns through the direct market linkages at the village level. and also ensures of livelihood security, because at rural level it creates employment at the centers. And then we have a nutrition food security for the members at the village level, where earlier they used to buy from the local provision stores, which were open and may not be at the quality level. Technology in agriculture marketing to rural and semi-urban landscape, and the direct procurement of USD 1 million per year is being done under the Rudy. Women owned and managed agro supply chain. So all who are working are women, and it runs on the principles of self-sustain and strengthen local economy, which is rotating in the rural income within the that area, and currently it employs around 4,000 rural women who are selling door to door within the villages. Next. So under Rudy, we have developed, as I say, digital payment integration, which brings farmers to the digital platform for the receipts and payments, and that helps them to um, also sell their produce to the market. Next. Next. Um, so we also have a MIS developed at the Rudy, which is run by the grassroots women, and they are the Rudy band. So they have the MIS in their phone, and they can have the dashboard. They can check the finance and accounting, the demands, and they can then, this MIS is at the Rudy band's level, and that it is aggregated at the district level. So individual women, Rudy band can check who are the customers, what is the sale, what is the payment done, what are the orders to be supplied. So this is the technology which is helping Rudy bands to provide the timely commodities to their customers, and it reduces the time, and it has helped in quicker supply. Next. Yeah, and Seva Manager School is the one who is mainly building the capacity in terms of the technology to the farmers. So during COVID and during lockdown, as I said, our supply chain had continued. So we call it a resilient supply chain even during COVID. So if we talk about the risk management and backward linkages in terms of procurement and logistics, Rudy had hired a tempo, and we also took some of the required permissions from the government, and we collected the produce of the farmers, specifically perishable vegetables and all. And we sail through the Kamla, where the customers also needed, and through the WhatsApp group, we continued this farmers produce selling, and of course the commodities as well. So and within the villages where the things were opened through the Rudy bands, if I give example, the salt farmers, they were stuck in the desert because it was a unexpected lockdown. So had limited food, and through Rudy we helped them to provide the food, and that's how these were some of the examples. So apart from that, as I said, B2B and B2C sale had also been continued. If I talk about numbers of Rudy, revenue is almost 100 million now. Profit margin is 1%, 1 lakh farmers and 4,000 Rudy bands are part of this entire network. And it is 4.5 million households are getting the Rudy products. 3,000 villages in 4 states, the Rudy is running. And for strengthening the food system based on our agriculture campaign and the forward linkages of Rudy. And we also have a Kamla, which is mainly promoting the traditional food of our family farmers. So basically Kamla is providing the capacity building of which is in terms of the culinary skills, which uses the traditional food and makes the items which is mainly used now. So the youth and in villages and urban areas can also have the food which is as per taste but made from the traditional food. So based on these experiences, the recommendations for strengthening the food systems, basically for our small and marginal women farmers are, we have to promote and invest in the women-led local procurement, distribution, and consumption system. So as we give example of Rudy or Kamla, these are the local supply chain, women-led supply chain. So we need to promote and invest more in such things. Farm planning and management by providing the rural women with holistic support in agriculture and allied trades like animal husbandry, poultry farming is also vital to ensure the resilient farming, and invest in women-owned enterprises to reach a level of public-private partnership model. So invest so that these enterprises can reach to the level where the public also comes in to invest in them. Capacity building, as I said, is also one of the important aspect for women enterprises. So mainly in terms of climate preparedness systems at village level through rain gauge machines, measurement, temperature, humidity, which is locally established. And so these are some of the technical aspects where we can develop the grassroots technicians, and then they can help the farmers. And the next is design appropriate insurance products for small and marginal farmers, which help them to address the climate risk. The
Last 30 seconds, Megaban.
Yeah, so the other aspect is about the policy advocacy, which hinders the women to come out of the public space, to come out from the farm only to become a farmer, and they can be visible. Strengthen the and incentivize the multifunctional family farms based on the ecological aspects. And through farm planning and management, as we said, we can motivate the farmers to become a resilient. And the local farmer owned enterprises, maybe a seed bank, tools, equipment, library, kitchen garden, these should be promoted and should be invested. So I
Okay,
think,
Megaban,
and
can you
promoting
proceed with
collective
the?
farming.
Okay, yes, yes. Alpha FO members, yes. Can
Yeah,
you please
so
share?
as I said earlier, we are a member of AFA, and through that, we are running a National Farmers Forum where we have, at the India level, we have 18 farmers organization who are working with the small and marginal farmers. And this is mainly helping us to organize farmers and to build their capacity in terms of economic aspect. We said that farmers has to become a entrepreneur from just producers. So we are providing support under the value chain, mainly around the economic um, skills. And other is about the policy aspect that also helps the farmers, specifically the women and small and marginal family farmers, that how they can be strengthened, which are the areas where their policy aspects needs to be done. So the AFA support is also vital. So with this, I think thank you very much, everyone, for the